Hello people of the GTS, my name is Ominousacid95 and I'll be doing a narration for you guys here. And this battle was a battle that I had against MyNameIsExclamation. It was a Little Cup match. Normally I'm into UU, but lately I've discovered Little Cup and I think that's a really nice tier. And I'll just get into team preview right here. So my team consists of an Anorith, a Chinchou, Duskull, Mienfoo, Aipom and Bronzor. Now my Aipom, or not my Aipom, my Anorith is a Rock Polish set. Then my Chinchou is an Agility set. My Duskull is physically defensive. My Mienfoo is Scarfed. My Aipom is Banded. I know that Banded is not as good in LC, but still it does deal that just a little bit of damage that it needs to get certain KOs. And then my Bronzor is specially defensive. Now, my opponent has a Ponyta, a Scraggy, a Mienfoo as well, then a Frillish, Stunky, and Lileep. Now, what I find most handy in Little Cup is Flame Charge with Ponyta, so Flame Charge, Wild Charge, Flare Blitz in like Morning Sun or something like that. And then Scraggy, I have to look out for the Dragon Dancing set or the specially defensive Bulk Up set, but looking at his team I'm thinking it to be at least offensive because he got his Frillish, which is most likely going to be physically defensive. Then Stunky also around there, or just bulky attacker or physically defensive. Then Lileep is most likely going to be specially defensive, which is really good in LC for facing weather teams in sand. And then Mienfoo most likely going to be like Life Orb with Fake Out and then the U-turn shenanigans, or a Choice Scarf like my own. I'll just have to look out for that, but in looking in the general, I have my fair share of checks and counters for each and every one of his bows. So without further ado, we'll just get into the battle. So my opponent is going to lead off with his Mienfoo and I'm going to lead off with Bronzor. Basically I can take any hit, set up my Stealth Rocks, and because I don't see the Fake Out next turn and I don't see a Recoil, I'm thinking that that thing is going to be Choice Scarf like my own. And as I said, I set up my Stealth Rocks, then he goes into Frillish. I know that I can take a hit and I do have a gimmicky move on this because it doesn't work as well in LC as in, for example, OU or UU, etc., which is Toxic. Now, as you can see, the first turn it deals like one damage, 1 HP, and then it builds up. Basically, it's quite handy for the bulky things. It's really underrated. Now, I go into Chinchou, make it easy predicting the Lileep to come in because the electric type move is really obvious. I used to run a Choice Specs one, however, this is a set that Zabas of the Water gave to me, and it is an agility set with dual stabs and then Ice Beam, so we basically have Bulk Beam and Water, which is really good. Now I want to predict the Lileep to switch out actually, because I think that he will want to preserve it. I go for the agility, however he makes a somewhat decent play because he goes for the Giga Drain, and that Ice Beam is never going to kill it unless it's a crit, so that is why I'm going to switch out, because I do want to preserve my Chinchou. Now I bring in Bronzor. I know that I can take any hit that will want to throw at me, and I can just Toxic that thing, and then next turn I'm gonna go for the Psychic as he brings in his Ponyta if I'm correct, and that deals like 25%, it brings him down to about half. And then he makes a risky play, he goes into Mienfoo. I could have gone for another Psychic, basically sacking Bronzor. However, I thought that whenever his Ponyta would want to stay in, my Duskull could actually take a hit, and he might want to go into Mienfoo predicting like Chinchou because he can outspeed it, kill it with U-turn. So that's why I went into Duskull. Now, it's good that he didn't go for the knockoff right here, or at least, yes, because then I would have gone for the Confuse Ray anyways, and he could have switched out easily on the next turn. And he actually brings in his Frillish, which is somewhat good that that thing is confused, because I can go to Bronzor again, and then I can basically try and Psychic that thing to death with the Confuse Hex, if I get it at least, and then the Toxic damage. Now Toxic deals around like 2 or 3 damage this turn, and then next turn he is gonna get confused again. He gets confused both times. I go for the Psychic, and in conjunction with Toxic, that is actually going to kill off Frillish, which means that my Mienfoo is gonna have a field day launching off high jump kicks, because that was his only ghost type and his only resistance to fighting. Well, basically immunity and resistance. So he goes into Ponyta. I am actually wanting to sack my Bronzor right here, and he does go for the Flare Blitz. After he goes for the Morning Sun, which is a somewhat good play because now he's at about 25%. And I bring in my Mienfoo because I know I can outspeed it, and I'm just gonna launch a high jump kick right here. He goes to Mienfoo of his own. I don't know why he did that, maybe predicting a Stone Edge. Then again, I don't know if a Mienfoo would have been able to take it, or it probably would have, but then again. He goes into Little Leap. I don't know why. Maybe he just served that as Death Fodder, hoping that I would miss somewhere, something like that. And then he goes into Stunky. Now, I would have gone to that in the first place, but whatever. I'm fairly sure that my high jump kick won't kill it, and I'm fearing an explosion, so that is why I go into my Duskull. And he goes for the Sucker Punch. That obviously fails because I didn't attack him. And then next turn I'm gonna go for the Will-O-Wisp as he crunches. I'm gonna miss. I deserve that because I did get those 2 Confused Axes on his Frillish, which basically made him die. And then next turn I'm gonna go into the Anorith. I want to predict the switch out. I don't know why he would switch out though, but okay. I'm gonna go for the Rock Polish actually. And he brings in his Scraggy. On second thought, I probably should have gone for another, not for another, but for a Brick Break. And then the Scraggy would have been dead, because it doesn't matter whether or not he is at normal nature and then max speed and plus, because I am as well. I'm Jolly or no way, I'm Adamant and max. I still outspeed that thing. Because I believe, I know that Anorith outspeeds it if it isn't at +1, the Scraggy that is. Now, he brings in his Stunky again on the Brick Break, and next turn I'm going to go for the X-Scissor, and then he's going to go for the Explosion. Now he shows it, and that takes out my Anorith. And now next turn, basically it's a double down, so go into Scarf or your lead. I do have my Mienfoo left. It doesn't matter if it was my Scarf or not, because I can just fire off high jump kicks. Now he makes a good play, goes into Ponyta, sacking that. He also thought that I would crash because he would die, but he actually does not, which means that I am just gonna be at almost full health, basically 1 HP damage from Stealth Rocks. Then gonna kill off the Scraggy next turn for the win with a high jump kick. So, if you guys did enjoy this video, you guys are welcome to leave a like rating for the Global Trade Station. You guys can comment down below what you guys did think. Was it good? What can I improve? How did you like it? And then subscribe to the GTS, not the GTS, no, the GTS. And check out my channel, and if you like my content, you guys can subscribe too. I would greatly appreciate that. So without further ado, I will be out of here. I hope you guys have a great day today, and then I will see you guys next time, hopefully. Peace.